I'm going to go with the NexiGo. There are some things that I really do like about it. So let's take a look physically at it real quick. So a couple things on it. Integrated privacy shutter built in. Can't beat that. So you're going to know that that thing's closed because you don't see glass. And there's the glass. Now, Computer Pal asked a really good question about what kind of lenses and stuff. I mean, I got a lens just laying over here. This is why a DSLR usually beats a webcam. That's the front element on a Sigma 30 millimeter. That's the whole camera on this NexiGo N60. So you're dealing with something that, you know, it has that much light intake capacity versus something that's got the size of maybe an eraser head. So these things are already kind of behind when they're having to work in low light and other conditions. The cord on this just happens to be the shortest one out of everything I'm testing. Again, arm length test. It barely gets to my other elbow from the tip here. This should be 6 feet. So short cable, that won't matter if you have a laptop. So that's another thing to think about. It does have the quarter 20 base. It has another feature that I love. I'm gonna bring this back over, guys. It's got tilt. So you can put it on your monitor, and if your monitor for whatever reason is not exactly perfect, you can tilt it left or right, swivel, up, down. One of the most adjustable, I'll give it that we're talking about. I'm gonna mount this on here. There is software for it, but the software is really, really basic. You have to download it. There's nothing in the box. It's got one of the smallest boxes when you get it. There we go. So now we've got the NexiGo in. It does have one light on it right now that is saying that it is on. I'm gonna go over back to my Zoom call that we had going, and I'm gonna switch my camera, and there you go. So right out of the bat, not bad. You know, again, that's part of what they liked about it is the sharpness and clarity. Again, back to that beard. I'm gonna open the NexiGo control panel, and we're gonna tune this thing for the best that we can. So now, actually, it looks like I did tune this, and that's probably why the picture started pretty decent. Let me show you what the defaults are. Again, being bald and having a bunch of different lighting, that's the key. Again, let's try one of these lights and see if that helps it. So this is the newer light kit. So I can add a little bit more light on the side of my face. You can see in the lower picture, it's, you know, lighting my background more than anything. And you can adjust the brightness of it. Still, even with a ton of light, the color's wrong. You can see just right away there's some problems with the color. So let's change the white balance. We're gonna go up. Brightness is way too hot there. Saturation, I'm looking like Smurf. Okay, we're getting better. Now, exposure. This is the one that, if you have a manual exposure control, this can be super valuable. One of the things I noticed on this one, though, is when I get it into manual mode, I almost have to crank this all the way up here. And, you know, it's just the gamma. I have to bring that up. I've lost a bunch of sharpness here. So it doesn't have focus. This is a fixed focus camera. That's another thing. Some of these more budget webcams will have fixed focus. So, and there's a little bit of ghosting. I was getting that yesterday too, as I start to do it in manual. Now, if I turn it to auto, it's too bright, and I can bring the gain down, maybe. Not let me do that. Let me bring the gamma down. Okay, so not really ghosting as bad as it was. But again, I kind of look bright red here. I can't change the hue. I can futz with the white balance a little bit. That's a little bit better. So again, a decent showing from the NexiGo N60. I touted this one as a solid performer. I'm not going to say it's amazing, because it may not be. I do like the privacy. I had 5 stars. It looks like it's wrapping now. Solid performer. This would be a decent grab and go webcam, especially if you have a lot of really good lighting. This one would do really well.